It's that time of the fucking year again. It's the 10th annual year in review video, which is kind of nuts to say. Why am I wearing headphones? Took them off. Kind of nuts to say, look, this is the most casual video of the year because it's me jerking myself off with a little bit of reflection, and we go back and we talk about the things that I wanted to do last year when I made this video, and I say like, oh, here are all the goals that I have. We discuss if I hit those goals, and we also discuss the next year's goals. And this one's a cool year, not because I hit any goals, but because I ignored like 90% of them. I just listened to the video and I was like, what the fuck are you doing, brother? Like you didn't really think about this, did you? Doesn't matter. Let's start with the basics. Listen, last year, this entire last 365 days have been some of my favorite. And I've said this almost every year in the last 10 years. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 years where I was like, yeah, it was a good year, but it wasn't my best. This year was my best year, hands down. There were quite a few ups and downs, but they all culminated into a really, really enjoyable experience that overall I can't keep, I can't get it out of my head. 2019 was nuts. Most successful year for me. In terms of, everything business-wise, most explorative year for me, most enjoyable year for me in terms of things that I did, out of my comfort zone. This year was a great growing year at 26, and I remember coming in 26 being like, damn, you're getting kind of old, you fucker. Yeah, you're getting kind of old. I'm 3 months away from 27. I don't care. In fact, I think I said the same thing in the last video. Last year. I was like, I'm 3 months away from 26. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. It's 24, 25, 26, 27. They're all the same. Doesn't matter. Age is something that you kind of just. It's I don't know. Like all my friends are 30. 31, 32. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just if there's people that are fun to be around, they're fun to be around. And the older that I get, the more that I really lean into that. So age 27 sounds dope. Fine. It's great. Doesn't matter to me. But let's talk about what I wanted to do last year. Last year when I made this video, I had a couple goals, and I think that I said that I was not really interested in anything numerical. Basically, like there was no like milestone where, the millionth follower, the 50 millionth view. And I appreciate my past self for saying that, because I'm still in the same mindset. I believe that there is nothing I can do on YouTube or Twitch that would make me feel more fulfilled than I do currently. Like, there's no numerical number. If I got 2 million followers, 5, 10, like, sure, of course it'll be great. It would be great to have 10 million followers. But in terms of, like, what it means to me and every milestone that I've hit, I'm there, man. 1 million on both. 700,000 followers on Twitter. Fucking 350, I don't know how many. Like, it doesn't, following number, like, I already did it. And it's really refreshing and freeing to not be poring over the amount of followers and subs that I have. Viewership numbers still matters a lot. Subscription numbers still matters a lot. Like, ad revenue, all that. Of course that matters because that's like directly relating to how I'm able to live. But the amount of like followers, I'm no longer waking up every morning and looking at my social blade. You know how freeing that is? It is great. It is wonderful. It feels like I've really come into my own, and what I am doing and everything that I do every day. Like, I'm very comfortable with just waking up and doing it. I'm really comfortable with waking up and doing the things that I want to do. I'm really comfortable in making the content that I want to do. I'm really comfortable hosting and sponsoring the stuff that I do. And that is like the vice grip that people get when you're in content creation, being in this weird limbo between what do I want to do versus what is going to pay the bills. And thankfully, not just on YouTube, but more specifically on Twitch and on other social media platforms, like, really it's been a freeing experience to have gaming come into light as being like this really great advertising driver where I can make a video with Best Buy and pay my bills for the month or whatever you take, whatever. So it's nice. I feel a weight off my shoulders, and what it means for 2020 is that hopefully just more of the same, if not better. I slacked off on certain things. Like I still edit my own videos, so I make way less videos than a lot of your favorite content creators. Maybe I pick up an editor. I don't know. I have no idea. I've said this many times before, but like I'm a micromanager and I really like editing my videos still. So if I do that, who knows? But hopefully I can bring you more interesting content, single player content. A lot of the single player stuff I do does incredibly well on YouTube, and it's great. It's nice because I fucking love it. I love playing games and just talking to myself and hopefully having people watch it. And let's fast forward too, because last year I said that I made a compilation with Disciple Records, and I even said, yeah, I got out of a meeting yesterday, hint, hint. I launched a record label this year, and this has been something, if you've been following me for a while, like I've always been in the music industry, I've always in the industry, and that like I've always been going to shows, and I've always been, following these artists and interested in building playlists, and I love music as a whole. This year has been, I guess the evolution of last year. Last year I made a compilation album with Disciple Records, and this year I launched my own record label alongside a really good friend of mine, Dan, who has like this is everything I've ever dreamed of in terms of just working with the music industry. I got to release a single with Feed Me, somebody who I've been listening to and looked up to, and went and saw a show 8 years ago live with him and some of my friends Diesel and Gold Glove. Convinced them to come out, and got to release a song with Unlike Pluto, and have such incredible ideas and future plans for the label, not just in releasing music but also doing live events and live streams around these live events. I feel like I really came into a position to hit the gas and fucking send her. Like this is the most enjoyable, awkward, anxious, stressful experience that I've been in, because I know gaming. I know how to host shows and do advertising, bits, and I know how to live stream and make YouTube videos, but I don't know how to run a record label that well. And I don't know how to work with the music industry across the gaming platforms that I know, and work with Twitch to help them. I don't know, and it's exciting. It's great. It is good. It is rejuvenating, and man, I am very, very, very proud of that. That's like the pet project. It's not a project. It's literally my child, and I can't wait to just blow it out of the fucking water in 2020. Oh man, if everything goes the way that I want it to, like I'm hopefully gonna be in a position where I can just, I don't even care about I told you so's, just be like, look, I knew it was gonna work out, guys. Like I'm just glad you all trusted me. I'm glad that I have a good team with me. And I really do. I have a great group of friends, and friends in the music industry, friends in the gaming industry, friends in the sales industry, friends in the management side of things. Like I have an incredible network of people that all work together and support me. And without them, this year was definitely not going to be my best year. Man, it's crazy. Let's move away from the music stuff. I feel like I've really changed the focus that I have. I've done a lot of hosting gigs this year, which is not something that I ever thought I was gonna do. I like hanging out with people, getting to know people, just hanging out. But I'm not a good interviewer. And this year, I ended up hosting Amazon Versus brand new show where I'd hang out with Boss and Vince Staples and Dylan Francis and some other people, and we just play games and for an hour, and I'd talk to them and about their music and shit like that. Hosting Countdown New Year's Eve, which is a music festival Insomniac Music Group is putting on with Twitch. Doing a bunch of shit with Twitch Prime, the Crown Cup with Tim the Tatman and Zed and Murda Beats, and and Dylan as well. Like I've really started doing more in the hosting side of things, which I didn't see myself going that way, but I feel as if that's truly like a good avenue for me to push on. I've got to get way better at interviewing, and that's one of my goals for 2020. I need to learn how to work with people that I'm not already comfortable with, like work with people that I don't already know very well on a personal level, because interviewing is a skill. Watching like Sean Evans on Hot Ones or a late night host, it's very apparent what a good interviewer is like. So I need to take some cues and really learn how to work it, baby. Work those interviews with people that I'm not necessarily comfortable with. But hosting as a whole, like that is such a great outlet and natural progression from live streaming that I hope that I continue to work in the live hosting space and evolve in that way, because that just means that you guys can't escape me. I'm going to be fucking everywhere. I'm going to always be watching you. I'm always going to be hosting this stuff. But seriously, it's a nice way to still be on live stream without being, the live stream, if it makes sense. I'm not the focus, but I'm definitely there. Speaking of which, your boy was on a billboard, several, fucking sick. That's a nice thing to wake up to. Doing some work with Twitch and being on billboards, and actually being on like real advertisements. I know everybody makes it out like oh, get a real job, but like seriously, with people that don't get Twitch, when my cousins drive by and they see me on a billboard or an advertisement, like that makes it real to them. And even if it's stupid, even if it's not something that these people are going to, go and tell their friends, if it makes it more real for them, it makes me happy. People who play video games for a living, it's a real job. Video games are the premier, number one overall, most profitable entertainment industry in the world. More than movies, music, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. It's games. But we're not there yet in the social sphere. So anything that helps that is dope. This year has been ups and downs. Like I've made several really, really, really big mistakes in my career, for sponsorships or otherwise, which I know you probably already understand. And that sucked. Like I'm disappointed in myself for not being able to be as mature in certain situations. I'm disappointed in myself for not being as reliable. I start my streams and make my videos as regularly as possible, but I can think of several times where I've just said, fuck it, like maybe I make the dumb choice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to change that, change the way that I am, but I'd like to work to be better on it. I'd like to think I'm very professional. I'd like to think that I'm very regular. I'd like to think that I'm a good content creator and a good brand ambassador. There's ways that I can improve on that, and I think a lot of it comes down to just me, focusing back and taking some stuff more seriously, which is kind of funny because watching last year's video, I was like, man, maybe I just don't take things so seriously. Maybe I just fucking send it. Yeah. Maybe we just find a nice middle ground, huh? like maybe we just find a nice middle ground. And some of the mistakes that I made, I don't think I could have prevented. Like they were just genuine mistakes, but just recognizing that I can do better and recognizing that there are things that I can't fix, I feel like is a big step forward for me. I'm coming into adulthood. I'm kind of figuring it out. Not really. Nobody knows what they're doing, but like I feel more grounded, I guess. And last but not least, I said single 2018 was fucking the move. It was the move, and single 2019 was the move. Yeah, single 2020 is probably still the move. I just don't have free time for anybody. Not to say that like I'm not actively just, hanging out with people. It's just, I think I've said 400 times this video. I'm so sorry if you've been counting. Let me know how many times I said it. Somebody will go back and check. Look, you don't have to date anyone. You just don't. All right, the amount of fun that I've had in the last 3 years of my life, let alone last year, let alone this year, has solidified the fact that you really can hang out, man. Don't be stressing that you don't have a girlfriend, or don't be stressing that you don't have a significant other, or don't be stressing that you don't have the best group of friends. You're gonna end up running into a couple people, and my friend group has been evolving into this weird, like, clusterfuck of music and gaming industry. And honestly, I love it. It's so nice to have people that care about things that, you don't deal with every day. Finding random friends that you didn't expect to be friends with, but overall, like 3, 4, 5 days, weeks, months later, you just end up hanging out together. You're like, fuck, hey, I kind of like you. Look, don't be pressured. If my mom, is struggling to hang out here and wait for me to get a wife, then you guys can too. Just don't worry too much about it. It's been 15 minutes. This video's gone too long. I have so many things on this list. Last but not least, I guess we should say, my parents moved back to North Carolina. They moved to North Carolina, and no longer do I have a Maryland home, and it's kind of rough. Like, I really wish that I did have a reason to go back to Maryland. I'm going to go back for my 10-year anniversary in high school, but that's not the same. Thanksgiving, Christmas, don't get to see my good friends from back home. Yeah, it's a tough one. And a lot of people go through that when you and your sisters and brothers and whomever go out to college. Your family may move away from your home that you grew up in, and you're like, what the fuck? Hey, what if I want crab cake? I'm learning to live with it. It's my first Christmas away from Baltimore. I'm going to try and figure it out. But yeah, that's it. That's the video. It's been a decade. It's been 10 years. It's gross. This is gross. 10 years of this. If you want to check out the last video and the year before that and before that and before that, just keep clicking the info in the description below. Sometime this week, I'm going to make my best of the decade video. Best music, songs, games, whatever the shit. I don't know. If you have suggestions, let me know. Man, I gotta go home in like 3 hours. I have a red-eye flight. Look, thanks for watching. It's been a decade. I'm truly blessed to. I hate saying that. I'm just so thankful that we get to keep making these videos, and there's people that listen to it, and also the fact that like I can do this for a job, and also the fact that this is the best fucking year of any year prior to making this video. It's kind of nuts. Keep it up, all right? Work harder, sub more, like more, comment more, all that shit, okay? I'll see you guys later.